So this is what, episode 4. So today we're going to be discussing about therapy and counselling. All the same things to me anyway. Like,
I think there is a difference.
I
don't know what the difference is, but I do think there is a difference. Okay, so therapy, counselling. So we have had some sessions that we got 5 sessions by Sands. We've had 3. We haven't booked any more. And so your question was, does it work?
Yeah.
I think that that's a very, really general question. And I think, number one, you have to want it to work. I think you need to be open to it. I think you need to find the right therapist. And not every therapist is going to be for you. And I think you have to give it time. I think it works. It hasn't personally worked for me yet, but I believe that it can work.
Okay.
What about you?
Like I've said from the very beginning.
See, look, you're already negative.
No, it's not negative. It's not negative. No, it's not negative.
This is what I said. You have to want it to work. You're straight no already.
No,
you're shaking
because
your head.
the thing is, look, with me, I knew, like,
it wasn't going to work for you.
Look, I knew from the get-go. The only reason why I actually done it was for you.
You did 3 sessions.
Yeah, because it's a waste of time.
How can you say it's a waste of time?
It's a waste of time.
3 sessions.
Look.
Maybe that therapist isn't for you.
Look, listen. This is the thing. Like,
can you unvex your
No.
Because
We have to like, because this is the thing where we have to keep it 100.
It is 100. But
and the thing is,
calm down.
With therapy, it does not work. I just do not believe in talking about problems and with no solutions.
So why does it work for so many people then? Why so many people?
Maybe some people. I'm not. Look, if it works for you, it works for you. Yeah.
So you can't say it doesn't work.
No,
you can say
if it works for you, if you feel like
it hasn't worked for you yet.
If you're talking about problems that are not coming with no solutions for your problems, that is the truth. Yeah. You're talking about. I would rather talk to a loved one about the problems than to talk to a stranger who's getting paid, who's trying to tell me, oh, how you are feeling. If you've not experienced what I've experienced, you do not know, listen, you do not know how I feel. And the thing is I knew, because we've always had these conversations for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can I just
go on.
Just say that, you said you'd rather speak to a loved one. Do you know that sometimes people like to speak to a stranger, someone who's completely detached from you and the situation, so that they can talk openly and freely without feeling judged, because they know that they're not going to have to see that person, at Christmas or at, dad's house or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I totally get that.
Some people do prefer that.
I like I said, I get that. The reason why I said about speaking to a loved one, someone who actually cares. Yeah. Now, some people, they don't care. They're getting paid. It's for a session. If a therapist really cares, a therapist will be reaching out. A therapist be like, "How are you getting on today?" A therapist will be like, "They do not
Some
do
do.
not look." At
Maybe
the end
not the
of the
ones
day,
we've had.
No,
but some
no.
do.
But the truth is this: me personally, I've always knew it is a waste of time. Yeah, talking to someone, who's not experienced what you've gone through. That's for starters. Okay, you've not experienced it. You have not experienced it. All you are is just a box to tick. Yeah. When it comes to therapy and counselling and all this kind of stuff, unless you have experience what I have gone through, you do not know my pain. That is it, a point blank period.
But what if they have experience?
If they experience the pain and then they're getting onto it, then you know what? Fair enough. Then work something that I can then take advice. Then I can then listen to your pain and tell me where you've come from, then that's different. Yeah?
Oh, a therapist or counsellor isn't supposed to talk about themselves, though. It's meant to be about you.
Meant to be about me. But why do I need to talk to you? Like, look, it's meant to be about me. All you do, like, I'm not gonna lie, I just find it, I'll be honest with you, it's a pile of bullshit. That the therapy session, the counselling session,
For you.
It is a pile of bullshit.
For you.
Anyone who's going through shit, yeah, I know I shouldn't swear, but I don't care, because this thing,
I feel like you get heated.
No, because you know it is. I
Heated.
knew, like, generally,
you knew it wasn't gonna work.
and it's not like, oh,
but
I
then
did
you
not want
can't
it to
go
work.
into therapy with that kind of mindset, because
Okay,
then it's not
all right
gonna
then.
work.
No, because
that's like us getting a personal training client who goes, I'm gonna get a PT just to prove that it's not gonna work. And I know it's going to work. It's not going to work.
Two different things.
No. Because with a PT, the personal trainer can tell you what to eat, can show you how to exercise. But if you don't do the work, it's not going to work. Yeah? So if you go in with a closed mindset, PT is shit, PT is this, and this person is like messaging you, giving you your plan, giving you a workout plan, showing you how to do the things, but you don't want to do it because you're closed-minded, then you're not going to get the results.
Cool. You see how much information you could give to someone who's doing PT compared to a therapist? What a therapist?
You have 3 sessions, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. The fact is, it does not work. It does not work. It's a waste of time. It's not closed-minded.
It is.
It's not closed-minded. Because, like I said, no therapist,
you
no
have to
therapist.
Want something to work for it to
how
work.
can you say that? Yeah, when they do not know what my pain I'm going through, yeah, they don't know the pain. That's number one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all you're gonna tell me, all it is just box that's ticked. Oh, how you are feeling today? What do you mean how I'm feeling today? If you've actually lost a child, yeah, then you can actually come talk to me. It's the same thing. I am never gonna take advice, yeah, from someone who's telling me, oh, you should throw a punch this way when you've never been punched in the face before, or you've been thrown a jab. If you've not experienced these things, yeah.
No, I understand.
It is the same
I
thing.
understand.
No, because the same thing. The reason why, because going back into personal training, we said about personal training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, personal training, you are going there looking for advice. Yeah. So someone who's trying to, if they come out and say, "Oh, I'm going to go get a personal trainer just to prove it doesn't work," that's a load of BS, because statistics show it does work. Therapists does not work. All they do is talk about. All they do is
it does work. And they
what statistic? They don't help people because, all right, prime example. All right, watch this. Tell me, because you know what it is, because I knew this thing, yeah. You know what it is?
Can we just...
No, because you know what it is? No, because I've got passion about this.
Just sip some tea.
Yeah?
Just sip
No.
some tea.
Because you know what it is? This here, yeah. But you know what it is with this? That's why I didn't want to talk about it until we record this. Okay. Because the reason why is because I just want to prove the point. Yeah.
But you're not proving a point.
Therapy,
you've got an opinion.
And
you
counselling.
Have an opinion.
No, I don't have an opinion because my views from the first session, to the last, to the third, yeah, does not work. All right then. 3 sessions. What have you learned? What have you learned in those 3 sessions?
No, I don't think that counsellor was right for us.
Baby, it's a waste of time.
I don't think she was right for us. I didn't feel like I got much out of those sessions, but I can understand a couple who do not know how to communicate would benefit from something like that, from having that third person to allow them to open the floor to talk about things that maybe they're not talking about together. We don't have that problem, clearly. We communicate a lot. That's why for us, it's like the same thing we were talking about in the session, we've already spoken about together. So I'm like, why? I feel like I'm repeating this. It's not helpful. But for other couples who struggle with communication, I can understand how that can be beneficial. So you can't sit there and say that therapy doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work for you, or that specific counsellor didn't work for you in those 3 sessions, but for other people, I think it's very beneficial. It's good sometimes to have that, like I said, that open space with a stranger who doesn't know you, who doesn't already have, what's the word? An opinion of you, and is literally listening to what you've got to say for the first time and helping you through something, or giving you tools in order to cope with certain grief.
Tools, unless you have experienced, this is what I'm saying, you need experience. Yeah, that you could say whatever you want. You generally, it's not me being closed-minded, it's me looking at, okay, there's a problem, I need it to be fixed. I'm now going to talk to this stranger. Yeah, I'm going to talk to this stranger.
But not everybody wants their problem to be fixed. You are a person who wants their
So
problem
well,
to be fixed.
then you know what? Can I tell you something? Then that's something as that person. All right, if a person doesn't want the problem to be fixed and they just want to hear "poor me, poor me," then
Poor me. Sometimes it's just about getting it out.
Get it out.
So say you're in a relationship with someone who is completely closed off. Say we've been through the same situation we've been through, and I find it hard to talk to you. You're not talking about it, like you're stone-faced, you're like, it didn't happen, forgetting about it kind of thing. And I haven't been able to get what I'm feeling or how I'm feeling off my chest. Therapy gives you that space to do that. So sometimes it's not really about having to fix it, it's giving it that opportunity where you can have that space to say, now we can talk about it. I've got this amount of time, I can get off how I feel, and therefore you can hear me.
That is BS.
How
Because
is
you
it
know why?
BS?
Because you know why? Unless I'm dealing with someone who's isolated, they have no friends, no family members, no nothing,
Some
and
people
they're all by,
don't.
if they're all by themselves, talking to a stranger about your problems, yeah.
Just 'cause not
It's a
everybody's
very,
like you.
it's a very expensive and waste of time.
It's not.
It is a very
It's not.
it is a waste of
It's
time.
not.
I don't care. Like
It's
generally,
not. So why are there so many therapists? Why is this a profession?
because society are soft. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what I said. It's the first world problems. Yeah, you want to talk about struggles. Like I said, we just came from Ghana. Yeah, we came from Ghana, and they're going through what they're going through in life. Yeah, and do you think they got time to be I'm like because of my feelings and because of how I feel like this and I feel like that, or are they getting up and they have to go out and make the hustle even though they do it in their own timing? Yeah, but do you get what I'm saying? You crack on with it. Yeah, you crack on with it. The society in the West is soft, and that is it. I don't care what anyone says. The pain, yeah, that like I said, 100%. We've gone through what we've gone through. Yeah, no, because it's just like I just find like these people, these therapists and these counselors, therapies, they're all the same to me. Yeah, they're all in one box. Yeah, unless they have experience. Yeah, they've got the experience that they have lost a child, or they've lost a sibling, or they've lost a mother, or do you get what I'm saying? And they've like maybe
okay. So say there is a therapist who does have the experience. Are they then qualified?
They're qualified, yeah. They are qualified to then talk about what is about a situation, and they can help that specific individual. So, like for example,
but what if there's a person who hasn't been through your experience and they are qualified? Then they can't speak.
What's that?
So someone who hasn't been through your experience,
yeah,
but they are qualified, but then they can't speak to you.
I mean, if they've been through my experience, yeah. So,
no, I said if they're qualified.
No, they can't chat to me.
But then what if there's no one that has been through your experience that is qualified? Then you've got no one that you can speak to.
No, because
Then what do you do?
Like I said, then I have to do what I've got to go through. Like everything, no matter what in life, we're gonna have to go through what we're gonna go through. This whole thing about you need to talk to someone about these problems, yeah, it's a waste of time.
Having to speak to
because the thing is, these people, look, number one, they don't care. Yeah, that's the honest truth. They don't.
You can't say
that. Listen,
some maybe don't care. Yes, but I do believe that people get into this profession to help people.
If you want to help someone, okay. Say for example, if I've never, well, I tell a lie. I'm not gonna say it here. But let's use something like, okay, someone's going through a domestic
Mm-hmm.
problems, whether it's a man and a woman, like, you get what I'm saying, like the woman to the man, or the man and the woman. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, I am not qualified. Yeah. All I can say is what I would do. Yeah. But I am not qualified to help that individual, because I do not know what that individual has gone through, because I have not gone through it myself. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's the same way. It's like boxing. I'm going to relate it to boxing. Is I am never going to take advice from someone who's never laced a pair of gloves.
They're not just pulling stuff out of the air. They have studied other people who have gone through similar traumas. So it's not that they're pulling stuff out of the air and it's guesswork. They're studying this. They're studying human, reactions and grief and things like that. So not that they know personally, but they have seen studies. They have maybe had past experiences with other clients and things like that. So I bring it back to personal training because I have had clients who have come to me for personal training, and we've done more therapy than we have the training, and I'm not a therapist. Do you know what I mean? I'll put my hands up and say I have no qualifications in that whatsoever. But we have had sessions where we haven't even lifted a dumbbell, because in order to get that person in the right mindset for exercise and nutrition, there's a whole nother thing over here that's happening, and I can't tackle this until we've tackled that. So we've had sessions where we are just going through this in order to then get to this. So I can see how it's beneficial to people, and I'm not qualified. And to say that people don't care, it's like there are some nurses and doctors who don't care.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm just making sure it's still recording. Yeah, go on.
There are some nurses and doctors who don't care, like we've met them. But I do believe there are people like Candice, one of the midwives that we met, who gives their life to helping bereaved parents. Do you know what I mean? And I believe it's the same for therapy.
Okay, now
you can't sit there and tell me there's going to be no one who's qualified therapist who doesn't care.
No, when I'm saying that, when I'm saying that they don't care. Yeah. Okay. So prime example, I'm going to talk about Candice. What's the first thing she says? She doesn't know, through all the bereavement that she's gone through, she does not know how it feels. And
no therapist says that they know how it feels.
But when you're talking about, for example, with me, is if I'm talking to someone about a problem, yeah. Now, generally,
is bereavement a problem?
What's that?
Is bereavement a problem?
What do you mean by bereavement a problem?
Is the bereavement of losing our children, is that a problem? I don't see it as a problem. I just see it as pain.
It is pain, but you're going through problems through it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it is stopping us from what we were doing prior to it. Yeah, so like, for example, where we are trying to get on with our lives prior. Yeah, it has put our stuff on the pause. So, for example, let me drop it like this. Okay, it's like when we're doing a session, as an example. Yeah. If I'm willing to talk about it, I'll talk about it in my own time. Yeah? Not, oh yeah, we've got to talk about the session now. Have a headache. No, nothing comes out of it, but you just leave worse off than when you started with the session.
You do. Not everybody does.
Look, like I said, people feel like they needed to get out of their chest or whatever. That's down to them. With me, I'm someone who likes a solution. And when it comes to therapists, I remember I'm only talking about the therapists, yeah, that do not know what it is to lose a child, who do not know what it is to lose a parent, who do not know what, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think any of them sit there and say that they do know, but they are offering a service and to try and help people to get through the pain and grief that they're going through.
But you can't get through the pain and grief because you don't know what their pain is. This is the thing. When you say about get through pain and grief,
well, they're giving them a space that they can talk about it, that they can, offer not solutions, but maybe tips. I don't know, because I haven't spoken to every single therapist in the world, but there's got to be something that people get out of it. I don't know, because I had counselling when my mum died. It didn't work for me, but it didn't work for me because it was on the NHS, and the minute I got close to a counsellor, she left, and then I got someone new, and then I was meant to open up again and start from scratch and tell them all about what happened to me, and I was just like, do you know what, this is long, I'm just going to use it to get out of school. So it didn't work for me there. This situation where we've been given the sessions, but again, I feel like when you pay for it, you get more.
You paid. You paid previously. You remember?
I did one session.
Yeah, but what happened? You're gonna keep looking around. Like if you get benefits from it, yeah. If you get benefits from it, yeah. You are gonna look and you're gonna find. If you get benefits from it, you will stay. How many times will you have to go and look for it? So you're gonna keep going, paying for this person, that person, that person.
Yeah, it's the same as finding a coach. It's the same as finding a trainer. It's the same as finding a business mentor. Like not everyone's gonna fit for you. You've got to fight the right person that fits for you. And I personally don't feel like a middle-aged woman is going to be right for you. I feel like you need a male who's just as headstrong as you, like someone who that guy you used to speak to in the gym. Can't remember his name.
Oh, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just dropping out this. Unless you have experience. All right, prime example. Yeah, I need someone to experience what I've experienced to then relate.
You can listen to them.
Yeah, I cannot listen to no one who's not experienced.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's because the way I look at it is okay, and you know what it is, because you know why. The truth is this: when I say I look for solutions, yeah, it's because when they've gone through what I've gone through. Yeah, all right. Prime example: a middle-aged woman that you've just said.
Yeah.
A middle-aged woman. Yeah. Now, a middle-aged woman who's experienced a loss of a child, yeah, go through what we've gone through.
Yeah.
I will relate to her more than a headstrong man who thinks the way I think. Because you know why? But who's not gone through what I've gone through. Because you know why? You know that feeling, yeah, of what it is to lose a child.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fair.
So that's what I'm saying. I go through.
You can say what will work for you, but you can't then dismiss therapy for everybody else just because it doesn't work for you. Because clearly it's working for some people, because clearly people are using therapists, people are using counsellors. So you can say it doesn't work for me if the person hasn't experienced what I have experienced. The problem you can say that, and I would agree with that. But you can't say on a whole it doesn't work, because you're not everybody and you don't know what helps other people.
With me, like I said, we're in a society where people talk about, you see, when it comes to talking about problems, yeah? Talking about problems, okay? I just don't believe in talking to a stranger about my pain or whatever I'm going through in life.
But can you for a minute understand how that might benefit someone?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. Can you imagine my mother? Okay. Single mother, 2 children, abusive relationship, has no family close by, no friends close by. Would a therapist or counsellor of some sort be beneficial for her? To give her an outlet, to talk to someone?
I still say no. And I'm gonna tell you no. I'm gonna tell you why. Because in a situation like that, with a therapist or whatever, yeah, whoever you're going to talk to, the advice is going to be, you need to get out of that situation rather than me. So tell me how you feel.
Yeah, but maybe a therapist would do that.
Maybe, see what I'm saying? Maybe.
Yeah, because I don't know, because I'm not a therapist.
Like
but
I said,
maybe a therapist
if you're talking
would
to
help her understand her worth and make her realise, what am I doing in this situation? I need to get out of this situation.
Yeah, and then when you're looking at the times, okay, well, time's up now. When do you want to book the next session? Come on. Let's just look. When it comes to it, this is the reason why it is all done on a schedule. Yeah, it's all done on a schedule. Yeah, you're just an hour. We'll say an hour block.
No, I disagree with you.
It's an hour block.
I disagree with you. As someone who's been a coach, as someone who has had clients, and I have given them an hour session, a 45-minute session, it doesn't mean that I don't care. Because I have given above and beyond for my clients.
Yes, because you know why? Because look at what we do.
Yeah, but I still give them an hour. Huh? I still give them 45 minutes. They still have to book in to see me. They still pay me.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean that I don't care.
Does a job end there though? Does a job, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
But some people do contact their therapist every day. I've heard people online say, I had a situation, I had a session booked in for next week, but I had to call my therapist. And they will pick up the phone and call their therapist or send a text message, I need help right now. So you can't tell me that there's people that don't do that.
What about when a therapist will reach out and say, right, how are you getting on? How are you doing?
I don't know, because I've never experienced that. And there probably are some out there that do that.
Yeah, but then it's like on the clock. Yeah, I'd say I'm dropping it like this.
You don't know. You're talking about stuff you don't know. So
okay, when it comes to look, don't get twisted. There's gonna be the odd one or two. Yeah, I can't talk about everyone.
No, you can't.
Yeah? But what I'm saying is based on like, we're going into another subject which we can get into. But what I'm trying to say, as a collective, when I'm saying, what do you want to get out of that session? To talk about problems? To talk about your problems? Or are you looking to solve the problems? Or are you looking for a light to see how can I get over this problem? This is what I'm looking at. Yeah, it is straight, it's clear as day. Yeah, talk about the problems, and then when the session's done, you're gonna end up having you're gonna end up being a lot more.
Not necessarily. Some people feel like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. Some people feel like, oh my gosh, I've been able to get that out today. I feel so much better because I'm not harboring it inside.
And there's no one in the world that they can talk to.
No, some people don't have.
No, like I said, if they've got...
And people, if they do have friends or they do have family, they're so scared of judgment that they don't want to, or they might give a little piece, but they're not going to give everything because they're going to be thinking at the back of their mind, oh, what is this person going to think of me? Or what if this person tells my mum? Or what if that person tells my sister?
Well, then you know what? Be careful who you pick your friends on.
Oh my God.
No, because that's what I'm saying. The people, let me tell you something, and let me drop it like this, okay? When it comes to being open, yeah, if you're picking your selective, no, you say my name, but you know what I'm saying is the truth.
No, it's not the truth. It's your truth.
Okay,
it's yours.
If you're saying your friends, okay? Now, friends are people who you choose to have in your life.
Yeah, but you have friends for different things.
Okay.
You might have friends for parties. You might have friends who have kids like similar age, and you do like playgroup stuff together. You might have
those are all
new friends.
No. Those are associates. You talk about associates and friends. So you got sisterhood, and then you got associates. Okay. Now, when we're talking about associates are your party friends. Associates are your kids' friends. Do you get what I'm saying? When you talk about your unit of friends, where you're like, if I could call them for anything, I know I could be open and transparent.
No, everybody has that person.
Then you know what? Then let's just say the people that you got around you are then associates, they're not your friends.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So
But
then
that's fine.
okay,
but not
cool. Now we
everybody
can,
has that.
okay, so not everyone has like a real tight sisterhood.
Yeah.
They have associates.
Yeah.
Cool. So okay, so at least we can brush
Yeah.
that friends out the window.
Yeah.
Fine, that's fine.
That's fine.
And then if you've got family that you know that's gonna stab you in your back, which there are family members that will do that, and I could totally agree. But then talking to this therapist, yeah, or this counselor, yeah, what I say is you have to ask yourself this question: what are you trying to get out of it? Talking about
But that's
this
what they ask
and
you in the first sessions. What are you hoping to achieve? What do you want to get out from this? It's different for everyone. Yeah, most therapists do. They ask you, what is the outcome of this? What do you want to gain from this?
But it's funny because I always look on like that's why viewers noticed that when it came to doing the sessions that we done, she already knew straight away I ain't buying into none of her BS.
Yeah, because you came in with
no,
that.
it's not
If you don't know how I feel, I'm
no,
not
because you
listening
could
to
no. Let's keep it 100. It's not that. If you're kind of trying to you're telling me to talk about something, okay? So what you're trying to do is, I'm trying to heal this scar, and now I'm gonna open it up, yeah, to take my mind to that place, yeah. Now, if I'm taking my mind to that place, yeah, I'm opening up that wound for something to happen. But all I'm doing is opening it, yeah, to talk about it and then leave it. That's how I look on that counselling, which I knew was gonna be the outcome of that from the very beginning, even all those years ago when you asked me about it, yeah, is because all you're doing is talking about something that you end up becoming a lot more worse off rather than me dealing with it how I would like to deal with it.
How would you like to deal with it?
How I deal with it is generally go through what I'm going through, or if I'm going to take advice from anyone, is someone who's experienced it. They're the only people that I want to listen to.
There are
no one
people
else
in this world who, when they go through trauma, they will grab it and bury it so down deep, yeah, and they never address it, yeah, and then it affects everything in their life, the relationships they're having, because they haven't dealt with this. It's on the surface level, it's messing up work, it's messing up relationship with their kids, with their parents, with their siblings, and it's this, but they're so scared to touch this because it hurts so much, and they don't know how to talk about this, but it is effing up their whole life. That's what therapy is for. Because therapy gives you that space and that time, that hour. We're gonna get to this so that this can stop being effed up, and that's what it's about.
I'm saying this right now. Therapy, yeah. If I'm going down there, no, I'm listening to you. You're going down there to address this, but I'm gonna bring this to the light because I know if I'm gonna bring this to the light, it's going to really affect me and end up being a lot more worse off rather than compressing it.
But you have to.
But then open up with someone. Open up with someone. These are your solutions. Then you know what? Go to a meeting and go through families that have gone through what you've gone through.
Go to a meeting.
Yeah, do you know those grief bereavement meetings or whatever that they have? Go to one of them and listen to other. Is that, you know, when people go for alcoholic? You know, when you got the alcoholic meetings? Yeah. I can't tell no one how to stop drinking because I don't drink. Who am I to tell you, oh guys, to stop drinking?
But for a second, think of someone who has not touched their whatever, issue that they've been through, right? You want them to, instead of speak to one person on maybe like a Zoom where it's intimate, you think that person can then walk into a room full of other people.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Go on.
Go to a meeting like that, yeah? You can go to a meeting and not say nothing. Yeah,
still walking in the room.
Yeah, you're walking in the room. You're still walking in the room.
Some people won't walk into a gym. You want them to walk into a room. We're talking to people talking about.
I'd rather like once again, we're talking about if you're looking to really heal, or are you looking to just talk about it? I just don't believe in talking about it. Yeah, I believe in a solution about it. If I'm going to talk about something, I'm going to talk about with my loved one. Yeah, that's how I look on it. The therapy thing does not work
for you.
All right, then you know what? The therapy. Okay, if you're someone who wants a solution out of the problem or out of whatever you're going through, therapy is not the answer. That I can say. That I can.
For you.
No, that's what I can say.
Because some people might find a solution through therapy. You don't know that. You don't know that.
When you say how are you gonna find
I don't know. I haven't met every single therapist. Neither of you.
Look, you can say what you want. Yeah.
I know I can.
You can say what you want,
I know.
but we know.
No, it's not we.
No. Okay, look, we know therapy, counselling, all that nonsense. Yeah, because it is nonsense. I'm calling it for what it is. It's called first world problems. That's what I'm referring to it to. Yeah, where all it is therapists and yeah, it's first world problems. Go and speak to someone in a developing country or undeveloped country about these problems that they're going through. They're gonna have to get on with it. Yeah, here in the West, yeah, it's soft mentality, and that's what it is. And like I said, there's a lot of people that go through a lot of pain. We've gone through, like I said, we've gone through a lot. But if I'm gonna open up with someone, I'm gonna open up with someone who actually will, number one, care. Yeah, and I'm gonna say about when I say no, but when I'm saying about counsellors and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want to get the wrong idea. When I say that they don't care, what I'm trying to say is just that at the end of the day, you're on the clock. Prime example: if I have to go on a stupid counselling session and tick all these stupid boxes about how do you feel out of 10 and all this kind of stuff, there, do you strongly agree to this and all that? Listen, I'm not a case subject or whatever you call it.
But we do the same with our clients.
When
someone's signing up with us, we have a spreadsheet that they have to go in and tick. You know, how much exercise have you done? How much fruit do you eat? How much water do you drink? Blah blah blah. It's giving you an idea of the person that you're about to speak to. It's giving you a gist of where they are, and that's what that tick sheet is. They're getting a gist of
asking about fruit and veg to asking about, okay, do you know what will be better? Do you know what will be better? Yeah.
Go on.
You know what would be better? Rather than doing a little tick here, tick this box and all that kind of stuff there, if you really thought the process is, all right then, tell me how do you feel? Yeah? What makes you tick? What makes you, do you get what I'm saying?
Not everybody has the words for that though. That's why they do tick boxes. Not everybody can sit down and be like, this is how I feel. Some people don't know how they feel. So some people need a tick box so they're guided.
Let me use this as back in the day. Do you remember when I said about other problems that I used to go through? And I said, I don't want to talk about these problems because when I talk about these problems, I'm going to get a pain in the front of my head because I'm talking about things that can't be solved. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Now, obviously, I know how within myself how to address certain things. If I'm going through to talk to an individual, it is the same thing. I'm talking about this problem and I know what the outcome is. And it's not me being negative, it's me being realistic about a situation. Listen, it's not pessimistic. I'm not saying about, like, when I say I'm not being pessimistic, is we all know the outcome of this whole session. Like, prime example, when we're doing the sessions, you're feeling exactly the same way. You're feeling what I knew what the outcome was, and I wasn't negative towards it. I come with open mind. Like now, I'm more open to give people chances, but I know within myself what the outcome is. Yeah, because I'm being realistic about the situation. Unless you're coming with the experience of I know, yeah, because this is what I went through. I know how you're feeling because you're in this part of your stage in your life. I know. Prime example, life experience. Okay? You got life experience and then you got... All right, let me use this as an example. A mirror. Yeah? Can we learn from a mirror? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What can a mirror not tell us? life experience. You as a woman,
tell us about
you,
her 7 years of life
yeah,
experience.
you can say, yeah, but her life experience, you've gone through what she's gone through. I know you could talk about digitals and all this little silly technology stuff that the generation that she's in compared to the generation that we were brought up in, yeah. But one thing she'll never ever have over you is life experience, yeah. She can't tell you nothing that you ain't gone through.
I mean, she might have different experiences. So
Different experience, but it's like I said, my little string. Let us stream.
maybe
But go back into okay. Unless she's gone through unless you've gone through something that you've never gone through in your whole life.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, there. But for example, can she tell you what she can't tell you how life is as a 7-year-old because you have been at her age. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my life at 7 is very different to her life.
Yeah,
at 7.
I know. You're 110%. 110%. But what I'm trying to say is that she can never tell you, about life experience. That's something like you're not gonna learn from her.
Okay,
look.
All right. So, counselling doesn't work. What should people do instead?
Okay, so if you ain't got no one to talk to, whether it's a family, like a close family, friends, an auntie, uncle. If you ain't got no one, like I said, you ain't got no one to talk to, and you're not someone who wants to open up what you're going through, then I would strongly advise whether you do like a meeting that people have gone through the same things that you have gone through. Go for the meeting. If you don't want to do that, then try look online for those what do you call it? Those groups like on Facebook and all that kind of stuff there. Yeah? And just listen to other people's experiences. Yeah? Or, like I said, they must do, I'm not saying this, but they must do like Zoom meetings where you don't even have to show your face or whatever. So you don't have to go face to face with them. Yeah? Those are stuff that you will, because it lets you know you're not alone. Does that make sense? Yeah? That's something that will let you know that you're not alone. Rather than going into a counselling session with an individual, whether it's a man or woman, who has never experienced what you've gone through, unless they have, then that does not relate to them. Yeah, what I say does not relate to them. A counsellor or a therapist who have experienced what you're going through and knows what you're going through. Maybe it might be different. Maybe they might have lost a child at a 1-year-old or whatever, but losing a child is losing a child. Do you get what I'm saying? Not everything is going to be exactly the same, but the overall outcome, we know what that is. Like prime example, where when I said I was watching BMF, and then when I see my man's son got murdered, that hit me differently. And even though it might be a spoiler alert, but even Bad Boys, when we was watching, Bad Boys, that scene. You don't have to say it, but go on. Yeah, but that scene there, that hit me in so many ways. And it's kind of, it took me, even though it's a whole different outcome, but the connection is still the same. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, it hits different. Yeah. So when you look at certain things, like it does hit different. Unless you've experienced, I don't know, like what's called that? Even though I fell asleep watching it, that Avatar, Avatar on the way back. But yeah, it hits different. That kind of connection. So find someone who, if you can't open up with anyone, if you can't open up with family members, whatever, but find someone within that. Counselling, unless the counsellor or the therapist have experienced it, talking to an average person ain't gonna work.
It's not average person, it's qualified person.
It doesn't matter because they study
that's
books.
That's your
wait. Can I finish?
No, because you said enough.
No, because
I let you run.
And then I'll say what I say at the end. Then.
At the end of the day, if you find a therapist, a counsellor that is helping you through your trauma and you're finding it beneficial, whether or not they have the experience in the grief that you have been through or not, if you're finding it beneficial, then keep doing it. That is my advice. If you're with someone that you're not connecting to and you're not finding it beneficial, but you still want to keep trying, then switch. Find a new counselor, find someone else. Look for people who you can have that connection with. You've got to have that vibe with someone in order to open up, in order to connect with someone. There are people out there who are qualified to help you. They may not have been through, your trauma, but they are qualified to help you. It's not for everyone, and everyone has to find their own way. But I would not, even though I've had experiences in counseling and therapy that hasn't worked for me, I would never say no to it. That's all.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this question, because you said about qualifying. Okay. I'm glad you said qualify, yeah? Now, going through what I've gone through, yeah, and going through what we've gone through, does that make us qualify to talk about it to anyone?
What do you mean?
So you just said about, unless they are, like they're qualified for a reason, yeah? Because they've done all these studies, yeah? We don't know who this can connect to, yeah? And we're not talking about anyone who has, who's gone through it like 18 years ago. We'll talk about someone who's new, whoever this connects to.
Yeah.
Are we qualified to talk about it?
We're qualified to talk about our experience, yeah.
Our experience?
Yeah.
So we're not qualified to tell them how they're feeling?
No.
What do you mean no?
Because you can have a couple who've been through the exact same, say someone who's been through a twin loss, like us, same weeks and everything, but they can be experiencing things completely different to us. So just because we've been through it doesn't mean that I know how that person is feeling. I have an idea, but I can't sit there and say, I know exactly how you feel, because I don't know that person's life. I don't know what support they've had. Like, their experience will be different to mine. Their family might be...
Okay, no. We are talking about a loss of a child. Yeah,
but there's more factors that come with that.
No, a loss of a child, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to say this right now. Yeah. Will look at us as more qualified to talk about what we've gone through and to help someone who's gone through what we've, who's going through what we're going through, more than the therapist that we have dealt with. Yeah, I don't care what you say. I don't need no qualifications, because you know why? That is an experience. It's the same thing as boxing. Yeah, it is the same thing. If you have never experienced how it is, okay, I tell you what, I can't qualify on. I can't qualify it. I cannot qualify. Gym fighting, sparring, and all that kind of stuff. There, anyone, cool. Talking about fighting in front of 10,000 fans and all that kind of stuff. There, I'm not qualified to talk about that. Yeah, because I ain't experienced it. Yeah, so I can't talk about that. Getting a liver shot and going down, and people don't understand what they've got. I'm qualified to talk about it because I've experienced it.
Okay.
No, but what I'm trying to say is just that
we're just going to wrap this up.
No.
We're not going to agree, and we're going over the same things.
Yeah, no. But what I'm trying to say is that when you say about qualified, yeah, we are qualified to talk about our experience, and anyone who is also going through what we've gone through, yeah, who are still young in the journey, yeah, we are qualified to talk about it, because as parents and grieving parents, they will know. So we will know how they will feel, rather than someone who's just on the other end of the call telling you to tell me about what you're going through. All right?
I disagree, but we're going to have to leave this one for the listeners, then they can give us their
true.
Their thoughts.
To be honest with you, even with this here, I know for a fact, yeah, I know what people will agree with me, and I know what people will agree with you, yeah. The people that agree.
No. That's what you have to say. That's what you have to say. All right.
I'm not saying this is
That's
that.
it.
Don't be sensitive.
Shut up. Thanks for tuning in.